Alright guys, how are you? I am the Silvered Grunion, and we are here. It is October 22nd at roughly 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's been a very interesting day. Not a bad one, but interesting. And I figured that it would be a good time to plug in and play some more Kid Chameleon, because we didn't finish the game last time, and I do feel like there's much more to see, so let's see if we can do that. And while I play this game, I will update you on everything that happened today at the doctor's. It was not an entirely bad experience. In fact, there might be some good news, and I'll take any good news that I can get. One thing that is not good news is this level, which is made of ice, and the controls already feel like they're slippery enough, so this is not going to be a fun level. The difficulty of this game has spiked considerably since the beginning of the game, which, I understand that games have to get harder, but I do feel like, I think I mentioned it in our previous stream, that this game is more leaning towards the cheap side rather than the, challenge side, I should say. Alright, there's that level there. We are off to a good start. Dragon Spike. That doesn't sound very good. And there's a dragon. I wonder if his name is Spike. I should have asked him that when I stomped on his head. But who has the time for such things? Fun fact, in real life, I like to dress like a samurai, just like this, and wave my sword around, but it's a different kind of sword, and it gets you into all sorts of trouble. Needless to say, there's quite a few places I'm not allowed to go, because I've exposed my sword in places that I probably shouldn't have. But in my opinion, McDonald's is supposed to be a free zone where you can do anything that you want. It's, But apparently they don't feel that way. And they were quite upset on what they saw when I pulled up to the drive-thru. I was just trying to show them how excited I was to get a Happy Meal, but they did not find it funny. I really wish you could just run right through those spikes. It kind of sucks you have to run and back up and continually do it. I think I might have stumbled here onto a secret spot. I wonder if there'll be some... There we go. We got some power-ups, and that's a good thing. Ah, yes, so the infamous doctor's appointment, which I've been excited for / dreading for the past few months. Today, they took a look at the vocal nerve. We've, of course, been following the progress of my voice here on this channel, as well as with my various doctors, but this was the first time since August that they actually looked at the nerve, and it's not overly great. They did not find much progress in terms of the actual stimulation of the nerve. And that doesn't mean it's dead, it just simply means it's dormant, and it could come back at any time. The doctor is saying that I'm making progress. It seems like my body is actually working around the problem and pulling the vocal cord, the dormant vocal cord, closer to the one that works. And hence, I, little by little, am getting a stronger voice. He does feel that this kind of progress is something we should be excited for, that it's a good thing. So I'll take it. I guess we'll wait and see what happens, but at least for today, I have a voice, so I'm going to use it, and I have a strong feeling I'm going to use it to use swear words, because this is probably the most frustrating portion of a video game I have ever seen. I mean, look at this. these blocks, you don't just jump up and down, like they bounce you sideways, and it makes it very hard to traverse this otherwise bland level. I'm getting very upset here. If I could yell, I would probably yell the F word, or some variation of it. But I won't do that because I've come too far to do that, so I'll just simply say that I'm not pleased with this portion of the game. Alright, let's just focus. We are a samurai, so I guess if we work hard enough and we focus all of our samuritic energy, that's a word, that we could get to the top of this proverbial mountain which stands before us. Damn it! I'm not sure if samurais say damn it, but maybe I'm a rogue samurai. One that was kicked out of the dojo for calling his master a bastard for making him climb this stupid thing. Ah, yes, another samurai helmet. That helps. In this game, there is a bug power-up that allows you to kind of fly, and that would be just dynamite right here. But of course, they don't give that to you because in 1992, developers were assholes, and if they're listening here, you're an asshole for making this the way it is. I'm really not trying to do this for fun. I really am. I mean, I'm not trying to get all angry video game nerd on you. There's already one of those. You don't need me. You don't need another nerd getting angry. But I am getting frustrated. I might be the frustrated gaming nerd before this is over. It's like a demented game of ping pong, and I do not like it. Get up there. There we go. Okay, the worst is behind us. Or maybe not. How far does this go? Oh, you've got to be kidding me here. I don't care. I'll take the hits. Just get me up this. Get me out of this section. Come on. You go. That's fine. That's fine. Just get up there. Oh, come on. That's it. Okay, so let's play something fun. I have had enough of Kid Chameleon, so let's clear our palette with a fun game of Pac-Man Championship Edition. A game that causes you to use your senses, your reflexes, and your overall problem-solving skills on a very subliminal level. You're solving complex algorithms while at the same time using your motor functions to traverse these mazes, which are generally designed to not only confuse you, but also make it very difficult to think and move at the same time. In other words, it's fun as hell. It's awesome. It's really, really great. I love Pac-Man. I think I could play Pac-Man every day. Even when I suck, and I do. I just enjoy the thrill of the game, especially this game. I like the style, I like the music, the look, everything is just wonderful. But yes, my doctor was very happy with the way I sound. He couldn't overly explain it because, again, my vocal cord is not moving. But he did say it seems like my body is finding a way to work around that, and that's a good thing. And we'll see. I guess we'll see and go from there. I do have another test on Wednesday. This is a different doctor that will address an issue with my breathing. which also could be related to the vocal cord. We won't know. Essentially, there's a hole in my chest, and making it very hard to breathe or get a full breath of air. I'm okay if I'm sitting down, but if I'm moving around, or if I'm angry or excited or sexually aroused on the one time of year that happens, I have trouble maintaining my voice and maintaining a clear breath. So the test on Wednesday will determine why that is, and we will find a course of action. Very excited. I also get to go back to work on Wednesday. I just started a job, my first job since being diagnosed with cancer, and, well, it kind of sucks, actually. They're not very tolerant of my condition, but then again, I don't think they fully understand, because I don't really talk about it or flaunt it. I don't go in there with the attitude of, hey, I've been fighting cancer. I just kind of go in there with the attitude that, hey, I'm really exhausted for no reason whatsoever. And they probably get mad. But that's fine. Let them get mad. I am not going to allow myself to injure myself and hinder the progress that I have made, especially in the past couple days, for a job that pays barely minimum wage. But I'll do the job as long as I can. I just won't kill myself for it. I don't think anybody should. I don't think any job is worth that. I mean, really, what's the worst thing that could happen? They fire me, and then I stay home and I play Pac-Man. I mean, clearly I can use the practice. I had a dream once. It was a very weird dream. It involved me and Miss Pac-Man and a couple ghosts. And let's just say things got very sexual very quickly. But I wasn't involved. That's the weird thing. I was just working the video camera. So even in my own sexual fantasies, I am the camera guy at best. But let me tell you, Miss Pac-Man is stacked. You wouldn't know it to look at her, but you take that bow off her head, and man, actually, pick the bow off her head. She looks like Pac-Man, so I'm not sure why that made me sexually aroused. That might be a whole other therapist that I need to see. Doing pretty good here. I mean, Pac-Man's like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. I stole that from a 90s movie, but most of you are probably too young to remember, so we'll just say that I made that up on my own. Look at that. Epic victory. Smells like Teen Spirit. I made that up too. Maybe. I feel like playing something else. How about you? Here we go. Let's play some Fire Pro Wrestling World as Minoru Suzuki takes on Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm playing as Suzuki in the black tights against Tanahashi in the white pants, and this should be an outstanding matchup. This is one of my favorite games. I think I've mentioned before. Every fighter, every wrestler, if you will, plays a little bit differently. Everyone has their own style, and each match generally goes a different way, so you kind of see something different every time you play. So I recommend it, if you have the means to pick up this game on PlayStation 4 or Steam, because it is hours of entertainment, especially if you're a wrestling fan, or even just a fighting game fan, or just want something to play with your friends in couch combat. It does have online capabilities, but they're not that great right yet. You know, that's something I miss. I missed back in the day when you could just invite your friends over and you could play, you know, any game or several games, but you'd be in the room with people. You felt like you were doing something. It was really a collection of people that individually had nothing going on, but when they got together, there was just some kind of magic, some kind of excitement, and it was fun to play different games. And of course, everyone had their favorite, and everyone had the ones they didn't like. And I always made people play the ones they didn't like because those were the games I was really good at, and I could whoop their ass. I never was good at the popular games, even in the 90s. Even like, I wasn't great at Mario, I wasn't great at Sonic, but I could do pretty good at Toe Jam and Earl. That was a classic game. If you don't know what that is, look that up, because that is a franchise that is begging to be remastered and remade. 90s fun at its very best. But nowadays everything's online. All these games are catering to the online craze, which is fine. I have no problem with that. I like the idea of playing games with strangers because I can yell swear words at them and other things, and they don't know who I am, so they can't slap me in the face. Unless they find out where I live, and then they can, and then I deserve it, so that's fine. But things were much simpler back in the day. You could just play a game with a friend, and if he defeated you, you would just simply call him a cunt, and then he would slap you, and you would slap him, and you'd get into a huge fight. And if you were me, then you would cry, and then lie about it and say, "No, I didn't," but I really did. I cried like a bitch. I'll admit it. I think some of the best games are two-player games. Mario Kart, back in the day, that was a fun one to play with your friends. Especially, actually, that might be one of the first games I really remember getting into arguments with my friends about, because there was the split screen, and it wasn't always the most ideal, but it's all we had, so it's all we knew. So, unless you had a PC, I guess, was a little different, but as far as us console people, all we knew was what they had. So Mario Kart was a game that we'd often argue about. There was always a point of contention as to who really should have won the race. Back then in 1994, when you had a race war, it was simply Mario Kart. Now it's just people just starting fights for no reason. It's sad. We're all the same on the inside. Except for me. I'm a bastard. On the inside and the outside. But I'm okay with that. It makes me charming. And chicks dig it. No, they don't. Oh, I did see today at the doctor's, there's a nurse, and I never caught her name, but I call her Nurse Sexy Pants, because she always looks great in a shirt. And she is pretty, I think she's liking me. I mean, every time I come in, she grabs my wrist kind of tight. I like it. And she takes my pulse, and she asks me how I am. And then she takes my temperature with a thermometer in my mouth, not anywhere else. And then she always says, "Huh, you're running kind of hot." And I'm like, "Yeah, likewise." And then she leaves the room, looking disturbed. Yep, I can tell that she likes me. So she was there. That was fun. I like how she wears scrubs whenever I see her. I mean, I'd like to think that she wears the good scrubs when I see her. I think she probably has two different kinds. The kind she wears when I'm not there, and then the ones that she wears when I am there. And the ones that she wears when I am there, she looks fantastic. At one time, I asked her if she ever would consider dating a patient. And she said, "I'm married." But she didn't say no. Yes. Life is fun sometimes. Look at that. Power bomb there by Minoru Suzuki. But I'm out of breath. You see, I'm supposed to be conserving my breath in this game, much like in real life. My character can't breathe. And when you can't breathe, you can't function. In fairness, I could never function even before breathing, so breathing problems. But yeah, back to Nurse Hot Pants. I think there's something there. Very excited to see where it goes. I mean, she already knows that I beat cancer, so if I can whoop cancer's ass, there's nothing I can't do to make her happy. If you know what I mean. And by that I mean, I don't know what I mean, actually. I'm not very experienced with that. I haven't dated in a long time. I think my last girlfriend was 2005. I don't mean like the year. I mean like she was like 2,005 pounds. That was okay. Like, I liked her. I like a girl who can eat. If a girl can eat, that means that she can cook. And if she can cook, she's okay with me. I went into this match thinking that I would dominate, but I actually think this has been pretty competitive thus far. Pile driver on the floor should do it. Nope, counter by Hiroshi Tanahashi. But yeah, I think my last girlfriend was actually about 7 or 8 years ago. I don't date very much. I don't get out, and especially being sick, I just haven't really had the energy. But now that I'm feeling better, and I do feel better, I may not sound better, but I feel better, I think it's time to get out there. I think it's time to let Nurse Sexy Pants know that Silvered Grunion is open for business. Again, I don't know what that means, but it sounds sexy. Really, if she said yes, I don't even know. I think I would know what to do. I'd just be like, okay, and just take her to McDonald's. I mean, chicks like McDonald's, right? When did McDonald's become a place where you couldn't take somebody for a date? I mean, really, they have quality food. An impeccable reputation for family safety and fun. What girl wouldn't like a Big Mac and a Happy Meal for dinner? In fact, my last girlfriend left me because she said she wanted something bigger. Well, there's nothing bigger than a Big Mac. Oh, wait, that's probably not what she meant. She was kind of shallow. That's alright. I'll find the one. Someday. Probably right before I die. Like the day before I die, I'll meet like a nice girl. We'll fall in love. I'll die the next day. And the worst thing is that I'll probably loan her like $20 and then I'll never get it back because I'll be dead. Aw, man, I lost. The story of my life. That was fun, though. This was fun. I enjoyed this. Well, I think that's going to be it for me right now, guys. But again, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. This isn't about likes or subscriptions. I just like to feel like I'm talking to somebody. So thanks for listening. I'm the Silvered Grunion, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Or don't. I don't care.